Building a powerful brand is like crafting a masterpiece. It requires vision. It requires strategy. And most importantly, it requires investment. But here's the question every business owner eventually asks. How much should you really pay for a brand strategy in the UK? And more importantly, how do you know if it's worth the money? Imagine two businesses opening on the same street. Both offer excellent products. Both have talented teams. Both work incredibly hard. Yet 5 years later, one becomes a recognized brand with loyal customers, while the other struggles to survive. Why? The answer often comes down to one thing: strategy. Today, we're going to uncover the real cost of brand strategy in the UK, what influences pricing, and how smart businesses invest in branding to achieve long-term success. But before we begin, if you enjoy business growth strategies, branding insights, and marketing tips, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss future content. Now, let's get started. Meet James, a passionate entrepreneur from Birmingham. After years of saving money, he finally launched his dream business. His products were fantastic. His customer service was excellent. And he genuinely believed people would love what he had created. But months passed. Sales remained slow. Marketing campaigns produced disappointing results. And despite spending money on advertising, customers weren't connecting with the business. James became frustrated. He started questioning everything. Was the product bad? Were the prices wrong? Was the market too competitive? Then one day, he attended a business conference where a branding expert said something that changed his perspective forever. The expert said, "People don't buy products. They buy what those products mean to them." That statement hit James hard. He realized he had spent months building a business but almost no time building a brand. Like many entrepreneurs, James thought branding meant creating a logo and choosing a few colors. But branding is much bigger than that. A brand is the feeling customers experience when they think about your business. It's the story they remember. It's the trust they develop. It's the reason they choose you over competitors. And that's where brand strategy comes in. Brand strategy is the foundation that shapes every aspect of your business identity. It defines who you are, who you serve, what makes you different, and how customers should perceive you. Without a strategy, branding becomes guesswork. With a strategy, every decision becomes intentional. But creating that foundation requires expertise. And expertise comes with a cost. So what exactly are businesses paying for when they invest in brand strategy? Let's break it down. The first component is research. Great brands are built on understanding. Professional strategists spend time studying competitors. They analyze industry trends. They identify market opportunities. They examine what competitors are doing well and where they are falling short. This research helps businesses find their unique position in the market. The second component is customer insight. Successful brands understand their audience deeply. They know their customers' frustrations, their goals, their desires, their fears. Because when a brand speaks directly to what customers care about, it becomes much more powerful. The third component is positioning. This is where businesses answer one critical question: why should customers choose us? A strong positioning strategy creates clarity. It gives customers a reason to remember you. And it makes marketing significantly more effective. Then comes messaging. Every word your business uses matters. Your website, your advertisements, your social media posts, your emails. Everything communicates something about your brand. Professional strategists create messaging frameworks that ensure consistency across every customer interaction. Finally, there is long-term planning. A good brand strategy doesn't just solve today's challenges. It prepares your business for future growth. This is why many successful companies invest heavily in strategy before they spend large amounts on advertising. Because advertising amplifies what already exists. If the foundation is weak, marketing often becomes expensive and ineffective. Now let's answer the big question. How much does brand strategy cost in the UK? The honest answer is, it depends. Brand strategy pricing varies widely depending on the scope of the project and the level of expertise involved. At the lower end of the market, freelancers may charge anywhere from £500 to £3,000. These projects often include basic research, positioning recommendations, and brand messaging guidance. For startups and small businesses with limited budgets, this can be a practical starting point. Moving up the scale, boutique branding agencies typically charge between £3,000 and £15,000 or more. These agencies usually provide deeper research, customer analysis, workshops, competitor assessments, and comprehensive strategic recommendations. Many growing businesses choose this option because it balances affordability with expertise. At the premium end of the market, established branding agencies can charge anywhere from £15,000 to over £100,000. These projects often involve extensive research, multiple stakeholder interviews, consumer testing, market analysis, and sophisticated brand architecture. Large organizations frequently make these investments because even small improvements in brand perception can generate significant financial returns. When business owners hear these numbers, they often experience sticker shock. But here's something important to remember. You're not paying for a document. You're paying for clarity. You're paying for insight. You're paying for a roadmap that can influence years of business growth. Think about it this way. A poor branding decision can cost a company thousands of pounds in ineffective marketing. A strong branding decision can generate returns for years. Several factors influence the final cost of a brand strategy project. The first is business complexity. A local bakery requires a very different strategy than a national retail chain. The larger and more complex the business, the greater the strategic effort required. Industry competition also plays a major role. Highly competitive industries demand deeper analysis and stronger differentiation. The more crowded the market, the more work is required to help a brand stand out. Research depth affects pricing as well. Customer interviews, surveys, workshops, market analysis all require time and expertise. Projects involving extensive research naturally cost more. Geographic reach is another important factor. A business serving one city has very different needs compared to a company targeting customers across the entire UK or internationally. Finally, agency experience significantly impacts pricing. Experienced strategists charge more because they bring years of knowledge, proven methodologies, and valuable industry insights. Many business owners try to save money by choosing the cheapest option available. Unfortunately, that decision can become expensive later. Poor branding often leads to weak marketing performance, customer confusion, and missed growth opportunities. The smartest businesses focus on value rather than price. Instead of asking, "How much does it cost?" ask, "What results can it help achieve? Can it attract better customers? Can it improve customer loyalty? Can it increase conversion rates? Can it strengthen your competitive position? Can it support long-term growth?" If the answer is yes, the investment may be worthwhile. Before hiring a strategist or agency, define your objectives clearly. Understand your target audience. Request detailed proposals. Review previous work. Examine case studies. And compare value rather than simply comparing prices. Remember, branding is not about looking good. It's about creating a meaningful connection with customers. Let's go back to James. After investing in a professional brand strategy, something remarkable happened. His messaging became clearer. His marketing became more focused. Customers finally understood what made his business different. Advertising started producing better results. Sales began to grow. And for the first time, he felt confident about the future of his business. The products hadn't changed. The market hadn't changed. What changed was how people perceived the brand. That's the power of strategy. A strong brand strategy creates direction. It creates consistency. It creates trust. And trust is one of the most valuable assets any business can build. So, how much should you expect to pay for a brand strategy in the UK? The answer depends on your goals, your business, and the level of expertise you need. But regardless of the price, remember this: the most expensive branding investment is often having no strategy at all. Because businesses that rely on guesswork usually spend far more fixing mistakes later. The strongest brands don't happen by accident. They are built deliberately. They are built strategically. And they are built with a clear vision for the future. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share this video with another entrepreneur or business owner who is thinking about investing in branding. And let us know in the comments. What do you think is the biggest challenge when building a successful brand? Thank you for watching. And be sure to come back for more business growth, branding, and marketing insights in our next video. See you next time.